It's 21 minutes now past the hour of the Rick and Bubba Show, 866 We Be Big. Phone calls are coming in. Lines are available. Let's go. Now you, the most powerful, most influential, best-looking listening audience in the world, have now been handed the show, and you are now programming it, talking about whatever you want to talk about. Make a comment, ask a question, bring information to the table. Lines are available, and you can take one of those right now. Go ahead. They're on the table. Take one. Let's hear from you. We think the YouTube is back, so YouTube viewers, welcome back to the Broadcast Plaza and Teleport. Still trying to solidify the internet, but still struggling with that a little bit. So we're working on it. Let's go to JC in the great state of Alabama. There's room for any of you if you want to get in right now, and if you make a move, you will get in. JC, welcome to Rick and Bubba. How are you today? JC, RJ, CJ,
Juliet, Charlie,
Alabama. You're out. Charlie and Anniston. Charlie, welcome to Rick and Bubba. Go ahead.
Hey, well, good morning, guys. I was listening to you commiserating about the heat of the meat from your wife's cooking.
Yep.
There was a time years ago I was with a bunch of buddies in Vegas and went to one of those huge buffets that was kind of divided by countries.
Yes.
And I became acutely confused and got Japan and Mexico mixed up. And what I thought was guacamole was wasabi.
Oh, yeah,
Took
yeah.
a big bite of that.
You know what? That's
Big bite of
funny.
that on my Dorito chip.
That's
I'll
funny.
tell you,
It's the
but
same color, isn't it? It looks just like it,
exactly.
yeah.
It looks the
Yeah.
same. But long story short, the lady who was coming around filling the drinks, I mean, I was dying, literally. And she brought me a glass of milk, and I think that
Yeah,
I've heard that.
That does help. It does
I
help.
accidentally got a big bite of wasabi one time. I usually don't use it because it's really hot.
It is hot.
And I accidentally dropped something that it went over it, and when I scooped it up, it was in it, and I didn't know it. And I thought I was going to cry. I mean, I remember asking the lady, will this kill me if I've never had it before? And she says, no, but you're going to be unhappy for a little while.
Look, those are very close.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And, boy, hey, just a little bit of that on the left will go a long way.
Scooter, go ahead. Welcome to Rick and Bubba.
Yes, sir. Today in the Middle East is Thursday, so it's known, I don't know if you've ever heard this before, as Man Love Thursday. Do you know what that means?
I have a.
But should I?
All the men go around hugged up on one another, and when it gets dark, well, what goes on when the sun goes down?
Okay, buddy.
What's the purpose for that call? Good night.
Where are you talking about?
I don't know what he was talking about, Rick.
Oh my gosh. We continue. Brandy out of Jemison, Alabama. Brandy, welcome to Rick and Bubba. 30 seconds and go.
Good morning. First of all, I live in Jemison, so I understand your internet situation.
Yes.
We're on timeshare internet down there. It works 2 weeks, and then somebody else gets it for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I tried to get internet in Jemison, and I literally gave up on it. I just completely gave up.
Yeah, you just
Let me
gave
tell
the stuff back.
You got one hope, and that's SpaceX.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's CenturyLink, and it's god awful. But the Raymond Burr situation, he was Perry Mason, black and white, then went to Ironside, then came back as Perry Mason in color and did TV movies.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, I
people think
think
he
that's
came
correct.
back as Ironside, but he came back as Perry Mason. There you go. We didn't get Ironside out of the wheelchair.
Yeah,
We went back to Perry Mason.
Right, I think that's
Remember
right.
Ironside at the beginning? When he would tell the little story to set it up, it'd show him get shot and everything.
Yeah, we talked
Yeah,
about
we
that.
showed the
We
opening
it,
a minute
Yeah,
ago.
you were in there on the phones. Yeah, we
in
showed
the
it.
middle of hell. Yeah,
It was rough in there, wasn't it?
yeah.
Especially during tech problems. This is what we do when we're falling apart, and all we do is dance on TikTok. You realize America? It's hard to take Americans serious if they're struggling when they got plenty of time to dance on TikTok.
Oh, I know.
Let's go to Charlie on the south side. Charlie,
But leaving Afghanistan is a personal decision, according to the White House. But getting a vaccine is not.
oh my gosh, that's great.
Now look, if you want to stay, you just stay.
Charlie, south side, go ahead.
Yeah.
How you doing, Rick and Bubba?
We're
good.
great.
Question. On manwich, do you think, now you were talking about what kind of sauce would be in it, would be in the Sloppy Joe sauce. Do you think there's a hint of mustard in there?
I think probably, yeah. I mean, it's just a hint, but I have to agree with you. And of course, I haven't always eaten the manwich one. I've tried some others, but yeah, I think you're right. I think there is a hint.
I basically just put barbecue sauce on hamburger meat, maybe threw an onion in there.
We did that over at the trailer all day.
Yeah, we just eat a big pile of it.
Yeah.
That's all we had.
There's two things when we no longer lived in our trailer. Two things I never ate again: Hormel chili.
Oh boy.
And
the Hormel was a little bean heavy, didn't y'all think?
Yeah.
I mean, it was beans.
Me
There was a little bit of
can.
meat around the beans, but
I don't do chili out of a can.
it was more of a bean stew.
we would buy
with a little chili around.
We
it.
had Hormel chili, and then we would buy the cheapest ground beef you could find, and just dump barbecue sauce in it, put it on toast.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
And we would make a grocery run and eat everything we bought the first day.
My dad.
Remember that? Come home, eat it all.
My dad, that was military trained to cook, his SOS, the best one I remember, and it had different versions of it. Depending on what you had left over, was more of a gravy, kind of a gray gravy type thing, kind of runny a little bit.
Yeah,
Mom made that had like chipped beef in it.
Yeah.
Ham.
Uh-huh.
Put it on toast.
Anything. You
Delish.
just look when you needed to
It's like
clean
a
out
white
the
gravy.
refrigerator. Yeah, you put everything you had in there.
Man.
You could have bologna. In it. Who knew?
Oh, bologna's
By
good
the way,
now.
I thought we were choosing all these great meals. I didn't know that's all we could afford.
Yeah, I didn't know we were just barely getting by.
When I would walk in and see that a pot full of that, I was fired. I'd eat till I was sick.
Me too.
Toast my bread.
Belinda in Florida. Belinda, go ahead.
Can I have some more toast?
Yes, this is in reference to yesterday's discussion about mascot names.
Yeah.
And I am sick and tired of having people with nothing better to do to tell me how insensitive we're being.
Yeah.
I do think we should change some of the mascot names, and I have 3 suggestions.
Okay.
The Rednecks, the Crackers, and the Hillbillies. After all, to us, that's a badge of honor.
Yeah, it wouldn't
There you
bother.
go.
Yeah, I've been called worse. We
I'd
continue.
like to see them at the game, how they'd look.
Let's go to Monroe in the great state of Washington. Monroe, welcome to Rick and Bubba. Go ahead, 30 seconds.
Hey, I was just wondering, so it's getting fall, which is crazy. Summer just passed by pretty quick, but I was wondering what y'all's favorite dessert was. Mine's usually baklava.
No, I don't really like baklava. I mean, I like
What is it?
I like it okay.
Baklava.
You get
What's
it at
that?
Greek restaurants.
You
You've
don't
had it
know
before.
baklava?
They
bro?
brought it up here before.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, I tore into it.
Yeah, probably on a dessert. I like a good pie usually of some kind. Bubba likes it simple. Just
This guy was just trying to.
2 scoops of vanilla ice cream with a
Rick.
little chocolate syrup.
This guy don't like. He was trying to be sharp and mention something nobody's eat.
I've always found baklava.
I've had a
Have you
baklava.
not had baklava?
I ain't never even heard of baklava.
Let me tell you what. Get ready because they've heard you now. You're going to be up to your armpits. In
I've never
baklava.
heard of baklava a day in my life.
It's good.
What's in it?
It's good.
It's about a 6.
Oh, okay. Not worth it.
It's not that
good.
great. It's not that great.
There's no goat drop cookie.
You know what? Some of them showed up. It wouldn't hurt my
Greg,
feelings.
Greg, it's an okay dessert, but in a very tough conference.
Rick and Bubba.
Bubba Show. We were just talking about delicious food, a topic that is prominent here on the old show. And that's why HelloFresh.com is doing so well with you, the audience, because delicious food, over 50 menu and market options every week that their chefs come up with for you to pick from. Then they send you individual bags with the snacks, the quick lunches, or the full-blown meals that you select. Then you see the recipe card. They're easy to follow. You just follow the instructions with the pre-portioned and pre-measured ingredients, and that saves you time, saves you money, and it gets a great meal on the table. Here we go. And every snack emergency also taken care of. You can get it all done. It's just a better way to do meal planning. And also get some variety and some delicious meals, or just stay with some of your favorites. We'll get you up to 14 free meals plus free shipping at HelloFresh.com when you use the promo code Bubba. That's up to 14 meals for free plus free shipping just by simply using the promo code Bubba. Change the way you meal plan and upgrade to HelloFresh.com. There's also a link at rickandbubba.com under the sponsors button. So we've talked about the ability for, everything the left touches, they ruin. Dennis Prager said that. The former president said everything that is woke is a certain thing. And then we've also studied that everything the Kardashians touch, they seem to make stranger. They seem to destroy. They seem to upend. And it may now be happening. Remember, one of the things that we considered, they took an Olympic hero and ruined him.
The world's greatest athlete, Rick, right, on the world's biggest stage. He was the gold medalist of the decathlon.
Mm-hmm. They got him
on
thinking
the cover of the Wheaties box.
He's now walking around as a woman. Okay, we have how many NBA players? They've destroyed their careers.
Pretty much the whole Western Conference.
Right, and then there's death tied to it. There's all kinds of problems. And then you get into, it is possible, we think, that they may have even made Kanye West stranger. And it appears that today is going to be another piece of evidence in that accusation.
Well, Rick, Kanye West has gone by the nickname Ye, that's Y-E, for years. But now he wants to make it official. The eccentric rapper, 44, formally filed a petition to change his name from his moniker, Kanye Omari West, to just Ye. No middle name, no last name, according to the L.A. Superior Court documents obtained by the AP. West cited personal reasons for the change. The docs were dated August the 11th, but not sent into the court system until Tuesday. A judge must approve the petition before it becomes official. Attempts to reach West.
You mean Ye?
Well, he's still West until the judge says he can be.
Will he be Ye West?
No, he's just Ye. There's no first and last name, just Ye. They've reached out to try to get a comment from his representation, and there have been no returns so far.
Would he be open to, instead of Amari?
No, it's just Ye.
Just Ye.
But now, will this run aground, Rick, with Granger Smith, the country act?
That was my next question.
Who has the line "Ye Ye," and he quotes that in many of his songs, especially the comedy songs done by Earl Gibbons Jr. Yeah, yeah.
So, do we have,
which I think comes from his Indian background?
Do we have a Ye controversy?
He has all kind of shirt. Have you seen his Ye Ye line?
Bubba, I was in Pensacola 2 weekends ago and saw it across the back of someone's truck.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You got to give a little then a last. Yeah.
Is that it?
That's it.
Now,
he does that at the end of a lot of his songs, by the way.
But has Kanye
video?
Can Kanye have access to a Ye?
I'm sure that Granger's people are looking at this filing to see how this could
Well, he's just got one Ye. You don't have to.
But is one Ye and two
Can you
Ye's
have one
too
of my
close
Ye's?
together?
I think so.
Can you
If
have
his
one?
name's Kanye, is he pronouncing it Ye?
No, it's just Ye.
You sure?
It's just Ye.
Bubba, you don't know that.
Is that how he says it, or is he saying Ye? Kanye.
Well, I know his clothing line is Yeezy, right? So
Yeah.
that makes
Okay.
sense.
All right. Okay.
Am I
But there's no first and last name. It's just Ye.
But we know he wants to pronounce Ye.
Well, I'm assuming
it would make
little
sense.
pause.
Because
It would make
Yeezy,
sense. Yes,
Yeezy line. If you shorten that up, it's Yee.
it would line up with his
But
past.
his name being
P is
Kanye.
H-E, so, Yee, Y-E.
But his name,
I'm starting to think Granger may be in trouble.
yeah, but But look at that face. That's what the Kardashians do to you.
No, Rick, that's the short list. That's just immediate husbands there.
Just go to Bruce Jenner and leave it at that. You
I
ain't gotta
told
go
you,
any further.
If you had to draw that out, you'd need a lot of paper.
Let me
I
tell you
mean, they
something.
pretty much destroyed the entire Western Conference of the NBA.
Look what you witches have done to Bruce Jenner. Are y'all happy now? You women of darkness. All right, let's go to Hawk. Hawk, how you doing?
They
buddy?
are a weapon of mass destruction.
They are.
Maybe we ought to drop them in Afghanistan.
Hawk, go ahead.
So it's Kanye, so he's shortened it to Ye, not
Well,
but what about his clothing line, Yeezy?
Yeah.
it's called Ye.
His clothing line's called Ye too.
It's called Yeezy.
No.
Yeah, so it's Kanye, shorten it Ye.
No, you're not listening to me. I understand
what's
why
wrong
you're
with our
saying that.
country
And that's
right
why
here.
I asked it. But he has a clothing line that he's calling Yeezy, not Yeezy.
Well, you're gonna have to ask him. He's that strange. I don't know.
Okay, so
you don't know
you don't know
it
any more than we
Yeah.
do.
Appreciate
This
it,
is
buddy.
a perfect example.
Hawk.
Goodness gracious.
I thought Hawk had done.
And if you got the name Hawk, we think you have the information.
That's hack,
I
not
really
Hawk.
did.
That's right.
It's kind of fun to do Yee.
That's good. Well, of course it is.
That was Huck, not Hawk.
Huck. Yeah, that was Huck. Hawk's brother.
Hawk would have had it.
He'd been all over it like a hawk.
So we really don't know what these two letters, how he wants it pronounced.
No, I'm sure he'll let us know.
Because you can make a case for yay and ye, but we really don't know. Anybody got anything of him saying it?
No.
Our news story of
Well,
someone.
he said it, Rick, but he had that stocking on his face. You couldn't understand.
Right.
Well, I'm getting reports that he refers to it as Ye.
Okay. All right, here
So
comes
I
Adam.
don't
Who
know.
started the
when
Yeezy?
when it's Y-E, because that's what he wants to change it to, right? Just
Yeah.
Y-E.
Yeah.
That's Ye, as in the end of Kanye. And then when you look at his shoes, the Yeezys, that's Y-E-E-Z-Y is how he spells it. So,
But if you shortened up Yeezy, wouldn't it be Yee?
if
No,
you-
because
if
it's
you
just
spe-
one E.
If you spelled it
Y'all hear
Y-E-E.
the conversation we're having?
Yes.
What are you going to call him, Adler?
I'm going to call him the guy that is making millions of dollars off of selling Crocs
Yes.
that he just designed. Because have you seen his shoes? They
Yeah.
look like Crocs.
I know.
Yeah,
And then he has those puffy clothes he's got out there.
And you look like a person in the background of Star Wars. Like there's holes in it and it's all baggy.
Yeah.
I don't know how
I
he's
think
making
he's
it.
doing this stuff just like all these events when he just walks around and listens to his song just to see. I'm going to make weird clothes. Just watch people pay 10 times what they're worth.
Yeah, I think that I think the
he's
level.
messing with everybody.
I think
I
the
do too.
level of boredom.
He's proven a point.
in Kanye's life, or yay, or ye, or yowzy.
He's proven a point. If you can take something and make it the thing, no matter how ridiculous it is, people will do
the
it.
sheep,
hype.
The sheep
Yeah.
will just they go up and say, "Why are you wearing something that looks like you're in a spacesuit with holes in it?" I don't know, because Kanye says it's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to
But
think
you
for
look
yourself.
funny.
Do you think you look cool? Do you really think that looks good? No, but it's supposed to look good. It's cool. It's hip.
It's real expensive too.
Yeah. So if
status.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen this thing, this little like mini player that's supposed to be tied to his album that's coming out? And I don't know if this is going to be the only place that you can listen to his new album.
gotta buy his
but it's
player?
this tiny little player that looks like a cheap little kid's toy with like lights on it. So he's selling these too. He just knows that he can get the hype beasts behind it. People get behind the hype, and you make a limited amount of
Yes.
them.
It's gotta do
There's
that.
only 1,000 of them, and they're all $1,000 a piece. And you just keep doing it over and over again.
I'm gonna
and
tell you,
make
the man,
millions of dollars doing
the
it.
man may be bizarre, but he's brilliant.
There's no doubt.
That's how they should have done the
is-
vaccine.
Yeah.
Well, so was Picasso. But
He
cut
has
his head
tapped
off.
into the mindset
Sure.
of everybody.
There's a horrible ending coming at some point, Rick.
But
But
sometimes you can be too creative.
yeah, but I've heard interviews.
People
You know how it comes
paid
back on you.
Yeah,
money to watch him walk around and listen to his new record.
I can't get
And they
past it.
paid money, traveled, went over there, made an effort to get
can't-
there
I can't even
to watch the man walk around and listen.
It's kind of like the number of people that I would go to a field on a hot afternoon and stand and listen to talk. It's very low.
Very low.
But it's even a lower number that I would go watch them listen to their music. I don't even know. I can't think of one.
I don't think there's one. I don't.
Greg, I said this before. I believe if Jesus said I got an addendum on the Sermon on the Mount, I would still ask, "Is there a live stream?"
I know.
You know what I mean?
That's a great
And
point. And there should be.
right. But I just I don't know, man. I don't understand this this because it seems like it's almost like we're not. It all goes under the children's story. The emperor has no clothes.
Yeah.
It all goes under that same. It's almost like we'll just sit here as sheeple, and if someone is popular or is famous, they're allowed to really ask of us anything, and we think we should do it just because they're famous.
Not all of us.
Right. I'm speaking in general.
But see, like Granger's is Y-E-Y-E, and it's Yee-Yee, so wouldn't one Y-E be Yee?
But it always goes back to Granger.
That's the only Yee I got to compare it to.
Right. Yeah. Except Kanye is Y-E.
Yeah.
And Yeezy is Y-E-E. So I don't know. I mean, listen, when it comes to Kanye, you think I'm going to make a call on that? We'll be back.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
9 minutes to the top of the hour. The Rick and Bubba Show. Thanks for being here. All right, so we're updating, and so we had a person who was from Tuscaloosa that said they can 100% tell us Kanye is changing his name to YE, and we're trying to decide if it's going to be Ye or Ye, and we think Ye now because it's Kanye, but then when he does the Yeezy Crocs that people will pay a lot of money for because Kanye says to, or Ye says to, it is YEE. So Kanye seems to dictate, unlike Granger Smith, Bubba, that when he wants it to be Ye and when he wants it to be Ye. I want you to look at these ridiculous shoes.
If we have Ye either way, then how do we know the name is going to be Ye or Ye?
Well, I'm just saying Kanye seems to EE when he wants you to say Ye. So I would assume since his name is Kanye, YE, if he just uses YE, Kanye probably means Ye.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I mean, I don't know that. I'm just trying to deduce that.
But I thought a minute ago we said when it's two E's, it's Ye.
No, we said it's
that's
two
Ye?
E's. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
Well,
trying to find in a pair of them shoes.
Trying to find logic in this will probably be a tough exercise. But
can I ask all of us? And there's nothing. Look, man, we've all had things. We go, hey, that's a good band. That's a good movie. That's a good team. Man, I like watching these people play. But can't even in the cult of personality and how we love celebrity, which is kind of weird. If you think about the way we act about celebrities, it is weird.
It's that British gene.
I mean, listen, we shut down. We talked about it too, but we shut down and we did wall-to-wall coverage on the death of someone who played drums.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they just play drums. That's what they're known for. They're a drummer, and we take a drummer. Now we wouldn't shut down and give you wall-to-wall coverage on the death of, even somebody probably that, has done some really incredible things for
soldiers,
other people. Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, remember what I said. I mean, we just
first responders.
We take someone who can play drums, someone who can play guitar, someone who can sing, someone who can pretend to be a cowboy when they're not one. Okay, all right. Someone who can say rhymes. Okay, we take these people and we elevate them to more importance to us than people that give their lives for us, people who create and build. And
yes.
So,
speaking of that, we have breaking news. The Pentagon says large explosion outside the Kabul airport.
Yeah, this was the thing they were concerned about, that they thought there was a terrorist threat today, which was when they told people not to go and try to get on an airplane today to leave. And as we said, right now we look up and they're reporting a large explosion outside the airport. So we don't know details. That's all they're saying right now.
Right. Don't even know if it's accurate, but that is being reported.
Right. And it looks like reporting is Trey, but as all we know, it could be Tree.
Right.
But anyway, so that's
you don't know.
Right.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, it just worked right in.
Yes,
I mean, that one just walked in.
Try to figure out how to say Kabul.
Right. That one just walked in and sat down.
Indeed.
Let's go to Kip.
And, Greg, I know you love Earl Dibbles Jr.,
right.
The country boy song.
Boy,
you play it all the time.
All the time.
Right.
You hear me when I'm pulling the parking deck.
You really connected with Granger Smith. It was, and I mean, yeah, it's
him and Dr. Burks.
You will not let things go, will you?
Well, I'm just thinking about the guests we've had that he's bonded with. Certain guests that he's bonded with.
Just finally got these down in the ball for the first time. He's tried all morning not to.
I'm laughing. That's funny.
That was like,
well, did they bond or not?
Did
they bond or not?
Well, I mean,
there was a special connection.
There was,
for sure.
There was.
We've had other guests that I've, probably been. Well, just go ahead.
Let's just stop.
To my point, you've downed the ball.
Right. That's
and probably rightly so at this point.
But you can see the Granger Smith characters. Now keep in mind, he's not that into Granger Smith music. He's into
not even into Granger Smith.
No, he was Earl Blibbles.
Yeah, he's into one of great. But that's if you look, that's
it's
consistent.
a funny character.
Yeah, that's consistent. Though,
He actually doesn't listen to the guy's real music at all.
No, well, he found this to be funny. I mean,
this is comedy,
right? Yeah, Greg, this is right up there with that
Gangnam Style.
Yeah, oh yeah, all that. It's in that same thing. Huh? Greg,
him and Cy,
Greg getting dunked on. Any of that kind of stuff.
That got me.
It's all in the same.
Well, I just like South Korean dance music in general.
I noticed that.
Right.
And
K-pop.
Earl Dibbles Jr.
You like that K-pop too.
That's it.
Well, I'll tell you this: anytime somebody is willing to do self-deprecating humor and even make fun of their own genre of music, and the stuff that Granger Smith does, making fun of some of the modern country songs and how the lyrics are just so predictable and so.
How have y'all gone this far and not mentioned Donnie Cowboy? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a limit on characters.
Right. There's only so many you can do.
I can't give a person more than one. If they have multiples, then I'm just going.
Yeah, and
look at that hat right there.
Well, Bubba, it's 2 E's. You said it was 1 E.
Well, I don't know.
Well, no, we've been.
Goodness.
We've been chasing the wrong thing the entire time. So on his own hat, it's 2 E. 2 E.
Did Bubba say it was 1?
Well,
I thought it was.
It was your character.
I thought it was.
Okay.
When I do yee, it's 1 in my mind.
Well, and to your point,
when I'm doing it, it's
and then Yeezys is.
It's still. This really even makes it more confusing.
I would say,
I don't even know what.
Because that's yee with 2 E's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's.
So why is it yay? When
yo.
Well, it's not.
It's not. It's yay. But his Yeezys line.
Yeah,
I'm trying to help you out. You're not.
No. It's actually consistent. Both of them use 2 E's for the long E sound.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So now that means that Kanye, the name he wants, is probably Ye, not Ye.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's probably Ye.
But Kanye does
Crystal
confuse
clear.
things with the Yeezys.
Yes,
line.
he does. But he does put 2 E's there.
He does.
Right. So. And I can't believe anybody wears those shoes. I honestly can't.
Look at that.
And no one
Look at that
and no
shoe.
one will wear that shoe for any other reason than it's a celebrity's shoe.
Rick, it goes back to what we said earlier. He said, "Watch this. I'm going to make the most ridiculous looking shoe in the world and see if they'll pay a lot for it too. Don't forget that.
Is it comfortable?
What's that run?
$325. No. I just saw the price a minute ago. Adler had it up there. Yeah.
Wow.
$325.
Good night.
$325 for a pair of ridiculous looking shoes, but I'll pay that because they're Kanye's or Ye's or whatever or Amare. Look there.
Goodness.
That's and I don't.
What does GOAT mean under all that?
Grace.
Y'all look at
Grace
that.
of all time, I'm sure.
It's like you've got your foot caught in something you can't get it out.
Right. Remember, there was a day too that nobody would call themselves the greatest of all time. That would considered to be bad form.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Right. You wouldn't just walk around with that on yourself. Now, if others want to say that about you, but
especially walk around with it on yourself before you perform.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or on yourself and then decide not to perform.
Yeah.
We saw that too, didn't we?
We did recently.
Top of the hour. If you're leaving us, have a good day. You got more Rick and Bubba, top of the hour, and we'll be back and we'll see if we can get some more information on this explosion outside the Kabul airport. We'll be right back.
Rick and Bubba.
7 minutes past the hour. From the broadcast plaza and teleport, here we go. Speedy, the real Greg Burgess, Helmsy, and Eddie Van Adler, all here. Team Rick and Bubba, we've had some technical difficulties today. Still working through some of those. Hopefully, all of you, however you get the show, that's kind of smoothing itself out a little bit. I hope so. As we start the brand new hour, welcome back. There's Bill Bubba Bussey.
Rick, glad to be here, and thank all of you for tuning in to the little party we call Rick and Bubba.
Still following up on there has been an explosion of some kind, according to the Pentagon, outside the Kabul airport. The casualties are unclear at this time, but we are seeing some pictures of people. Looks like, unfortunately, they may have been injured. So there was concern about that today, and apparently it was warranted. So we'll see as more information continues to come in. Looking at our little country here, AOC has already weighed in, and she says that President Biden needs to resettle a minimum of 200,000 Afghans in the United States. Now, I don't know how she supposes we do that, and where
Rick,
they go.
From someone who thinks everything ought to be free, why not?
Right.
What would you expect?
Right.
I know she's quick to say that, but criticize the Taliban.
Yeah, she doesn't. Does she criticize the Taliban?
No, she does not. I mean, she'll say that about letting Afghans in, and they're going to all kind of military bases all over the country, and I think Texas is taking in around 30,000 of them.
Yeah.
And so that's happening right now. But that goes back to the squad being very quiet about the Taliban's treatment of women. I hadn't heard her outspoken about that.
Yeah, you haven't heard that a whole lot, and also we are saying that some of our border control agencies in some states are letting us know that some of these wide open borders they are grabbing people that are trying to slip in that want to be that have terrorist issues. So it's just a mess. Also, China continuing to try to make us look bad too. If you remember, for some reason, Vice President Harris went to Vietnam in the middle of all this, and she said she was going there to tell the Vietnamese that we would donate some vaccines to them for COVID. I think 1 million. Her flight was delayed because somebody in her staff got Havana syndrome?
Yeah, the Havana syndrome.
Yeah, and it was someone on the flight. I don't think it was with their staff.
It wasn't them? Okay.
But it delayed the flight like 3 hours before they cleared her to continue on.
So while she was being delayed, the Chinese came in to the Vietnamese people and gave them 2 million COVID-19 vaccines.
Yeah.
Now, does China have the what?
They got their own,
They got their own, yeah.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, that's what Peru's using, isn't it?
They're really courting Peru right now. They're trying to get
Now, was this vaccine made in Wuhan?
Yeah. Or you may say the people that made the virus probably knows more about getting a cure for it, wouldn't you think?
Yeah. Well, maybe so. So
yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. It's crazy though. All this is crazy.
It is, and still getting information there. Also, on I didn't know about this, but did you see that Lester Holt is going to, for the first time, this person is going public, is going to interview the Capitol Police, the cop who shot and killed Ashley Babbitt.
Yes,
on January 6th.
He's going to let everybody know his name, which has been kept private so far. He has been found not guilty of any violations in her death and has been cleared of all doings with that. So he is going to come public now.
Well,
and try to, he says, clear the record to what actually happened.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It looks like he says, look, I'm willing to come out here and I want to tell you my perspective on how this went down and how it ended poorly. And so we'll get that and we'll find out who this person is with this interview that is coming up. So... But that'll be interesting, an interesting interview to hear that perspective.
And on our previous topic about exactly how Kanye's new name will be pronounced.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm getting emails that say it should be Ye, and also getting emails that he gave the example of ye because it's the most used word in the Bible.
I saw that too, but I don't even know. You know what? Well, at some point, Kanye will tell us how to say it.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
I don't know. He could call it whatever he likes.
Yeah, I mean, if it's your name, you can pronounce it however you want to.
Right, and
really doesn't matter.
Right, and so we'll.
At least it's got letters in it. It's not like Prince.
I will say, symbols, if there's ever a human being on the planet, okay, that just because you see two letters together, okay, don't assume anything.
No, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it literally could be pronounced any.
That's a good point.
I mean, it might not even be any of the ones we've even named.
You're right.
It might be something more bizarre than that.
It might be wah.
Yeah, I mean, you have no idea, and the why someone like this can garner so much of our attention and money is beyond me. I don't understand it. I don't even really think that. I think he's creative, and I think that he's smart, but I actually don't even think he's a very good rapper. I mean, when you actually hear
nothing I've ever seen. He brings people in and puts them on there.
Yeah, sure. And look, the stuff he did, that album he put out with the hymns and all that, man, it was really, really good. And those were some very, very talented people. And really, the best part of it is when he wasn't talking, or rapping, or trying to sing. And
well, Rick? Are you trying to say he's no Furious 5 or Sugar Hill Gang? Is what I'm hearing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But as far as his creativity and ability to arrange and put these things together, he's obviously quite smart and quite brilliant. But I still
have to give him high marks on marketing here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But well, now his marketing is through the roof. But really, honestly, I may disagree with that slightly, because I think his ability to manipulate us like this says more about us than him.
It's kind of a good point.
Well, at least he knows how to take advantage.
Doesn't take a lot.
Because if you said to me, "Hey, Rick, what's the plan?" Is it really creative and brilliant for me to say, well, my plan is to go live in one of the rooms at an arena, and then I'm going to offer $20 to $50 tickets for people to watch me walk around with earbuds in? You would probably think, well, that's not very creative. As a matter of fact, Rick, that's stupid. But the fact that it worked, does that mean that's brilliant, or are people just stupid?
That's a good point.
So you see the
well,
difference?
Maybe you're brilliant recognizing how stupid they are.
Well, there you go.
So.
And there you go.
Reports still very sketchy about the explosion in Afghanistan at the airport. They are reporting now three U.S. military people have been hurt.
And they said it is a suicide attack. That is confirmed.
At the Abbey Gate.
Abbey Gate, whatever.
I guess that's where we were clearing people in, which was exactly what the intelligence briefings told us were going to happen overnight. Right. So they were dead on this, it looks like.
Yeah, unfortunately, literally.
Yeah.
We'll be back 15 minutes past. 866 We Be Big is our number. We will chat with you.
So what will the president do now?
Isn't that kind of asking Ronald McDonald what he's going to do about the hamburgers? Probably not the one that's going to make the call. We'll be back. Well, your phone calls are next.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
21 minutes past the hour of the Rick and Bubba Show. 866 We Be Big is our number. Largest number of people, shortest amount of time, making comments, asking questions, bringing information to the table, and we're ready to go. Harry Murdahl in position, and if you start dialing us right now, you'll find your way right on this old program. Here we go.
Don't call us.
Ding, 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 ding. All right, so we will start with Kip, the truck driver. Kip, welcome to Rick and Bubba. Line's available for you if you want to get in here. Go, Kip.
Green Acres and Muncie Drive.
Well, buddy, we sure do. Thank you for the phone call. So what's on your mind today, buddy?
Well, real quick, Greg, you're the man.
Thank you.
I've been calling for impeachment for Joe Biden, and I'm not hearing a whole lot about it. I've only heard Sean Hannity mention it and pushing it the most, and I'm not hearing a whole lot from anybody else. I've called everybody I can call, trying to get this done for what I can do.
So you're trying to get Biden impeached? You are?
I'm making every effort I can. I called Kevin.
Okay, so you.
Well, our lieutenant governor also called for that recently. So,
really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go. You got Will Ainsworth working with you.
Mm-hmm.
So you two get together, and it's how you do it. I mean, this
now
is
keep in mind, President Trump was impeached first time for making a phone call and implying the wrong thing in the phone call, according to the impeachers.
To Brett in Michigan.
Really? I mean, that was the thing. Remember?
Yeah. What's up, Brett? How you doing, buddy?
Good. Long-time listener.
Thank you.
Love the show. Giving a shout-out to my dad, who's outside the studio, Steve. He had scheduled to be there in person, but got the next best seat outside the studio.
Yeah, we're watching right now.
We call them the silver seats.
And he's got a customized shirt he's made. Have you ever seen this shirt your dad's got? Look at this.
I did see it.
Look at Speedy on this.
Whose face did he use?
Look at Speedy.
It's the Good Time Gang.
Greg came out good on this, but Speedy, bless your heart.
You know who Greg looks like? He looks like that comedian does the Holiday Inn commercials or whatever that Hilton, wherever they are. What's that comedian's name?
I know you're talking about.
Say it again.
It's a comedian that
Speedy, you look
that
pretty
Greg looks
rough
like.
there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that my face?
He
said there's a story behind the shirt.
So his name is Steve. Steve's from Richmond, Virginia. He's outside right now.
Yeah.
That was his son Brett from Michigan.
Yeah.
Steve, did you just get a bald guy's picture for Speedy? I mean, that
somebody drew him. It looks like somebody drew him. Did somebody draw these? An artist drew him? You drew him?
Hold on, Rick.
Hold on. Yeah, go out there.
I tell you, Greg came out way ahead on this.
What is that comedian's name? He's now doing Wipeout. He's like
Rob. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his
it's
name. He replaced Frank on the pregame at Fox.
Yeah, that's him.
Which I think that was a good move.
Yeah, but he's one of those guys that I keep waiting to be funnier than he is.
He's in Modern Family. He was in Modern Family too, as the realtor that always gave grief to Dunphy.
Yeah, Rob Riggle.
Yeah, Rob.
And
Riggle.
he also was the boat captain when on The Office when they tried to go out and do that cruise.
Yes. Yeah, he's done 100 things.
Yeah. All right. So, Steve, is it Steve?
Yes.
All right. So, Steve, how did you get these caricatures of the Good Time Gang on your shirt? Where'd they come from?
I did a little photo editing, phone app.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, you did Speedy up right.
You did. Yeah, Speedy looks like Shrek. That neat. And then Greg's Rob Riggle.
Yep.
And then Helmsy. Yeah, that's it. You know, he looks good. The Good Time Gang shirt. That's good. That
Speedy looks like somebody has scared him and he doesn't know what to do with it.
Right. I think you need to give me more on Shrek on Speedy. I mean, really pick a look, Bubba. So, Steve, thanks for being here,
Steve,
man.
what dedication, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and how about your boy calling out of Michigan?
No.
Yeah, thanks for being here, man. Enjoy the show.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.
Rick, also some more breaking news. It appears there is a second explosion reported now at the airport in Kabul or Kabul, however you'd like to say it.
Is it Kabul? How you say it?
I've heard it said both ways.
So second explosion, now another
second
one.
explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's getting ugly at the old airport.
Yep.
As feared and predicted. Let's go to where's Greg? He's back in the bathroom?
Oh, I needed him. Hang on.
Yeah, go find Greg. Somebody's got a question for him.
I had a lot of seconds.
Yeah, all right. So let's go to Randy 3, Columbus, Mississippi. Greg, that one. All right. Greg, welcome to Rick and Bubba.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, buddy.
Speaking of the good time game,
yes.
They were discussing kidney stones this morning in males versus females giving childbirth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can tell you kidney stones are worse because I've had one, and I don't want another one, but my wife gave birth to three children.
Say that again.
Your phone was cut out or something.
Speedy was giving me a hand signal. You were talking to me. Your phone dropped out. It was a disaster.
Okay. I'm sorry. I said I've had a kidney stone before, and I never wanted another one.
Right.
My wife gave birth to a child, and she wanted two more.
Okay.
Right.
That's a great point. That's a great point. Well said.
That's the evidence given for kidney stone being one.
That is it.
And to help you, we brought that up in the kickoff hour, kidney stones.
Yeah, he told me.
Okay, I missed that part, yeah.
Greg's
in the back. He's busy, but he said he's coming.
Is he seeing a man about a dog?
He is.
Greg, how'd that puppy look? Huh?
Hey, Greg, you missed the shirt. Look, we debuted the shirt outside.
Yeah.
Steve from Virginia made us a shirt.
You really missed it, too.
Had the
Greg.
kickoff
You look like
hour on
Rob
there.
Riggle in it.
Yeah, I know. Not sure where he got those pictures, but hey,
you really did.
Speedy's is dandy.
Yeah.
He's a little nervous, Steve, out there, but he's good.
Yeah, he is. We throw people on there, and they don't expect that.
Thank you.
Jake in State Farm. Jake, go ahead. You're on with Greg.
Hey, Greg,
Yeah.
just wondering by the way, have you got the feeling back in your legs yet? Anyway, what percentage of people do you think that call in and say monkey grass, green acres are really sincere, or are they just trying to be sharp?
I say about 40% are sincere. About 40.
4-0.
Let's go to Randy and Jasper. Randy, welcome to Rick and Bubba. Go ahead.
Hey, guys. How you doing today?
Good.
Hey, just wanted to get your thoughts on the shortage of supplies, materials. Of course, I'm in the construction industry, and it's getting really, really bad.
Yeah, it is.
It seems like there's just a trickle of things coming in, but even when you walk in the dollar store, I mean, the stuff on the shelves in Walmart, and y'all probably just talked about this yesterday, and I missed it, but just kind of curious to get your thoughts on when people go back to work. Is that what's going to...
Yeah. Well, from what I'm gathering, we don't.
Combination of things.
But what I'm gathering, we don't really have a supply problem. Well, we do.
Delivery problem.
Yeah, it's a delivery problem. Yeah. We don't have people working in those jobs. Most of them are staying home now to take a check for not working because the money is either equal or more to stay home. And so we're missing some key elements of the process of getting supply to those who demand it. And everything is going to take not just a little bit longer than it normally does, but substantially longer. Even our online store, I'm getting kind of a 5-bell alarm from them that we need to go ahead and meet and talk about Christmas now because they're worried about being able to get people their stuff, that it's going to be get us behind. I want to talk about it now, so you got a plan. Bottom of the hour.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
rickandbubba.com/Bubba. Visit rickandbubba.com under the sponsors. That's a great question. 35 minutes past the hour, the Rick and Bubba Show. 866 We Be Big. We'll get you updated here quickly on what seems to be a fluid story now coming out of the Kabul airport in Afghanistan. Kabul, however you say it. It can be, I've heard it said both ways. CandidCO.com/Bubba. If you are looking for a solution right now, to your smile, and you're not wanting to go old school and go to the old way of getting braces. What about some clear, practically invisible, comfortable, and removable aligners? Yes, but you still want the expertise, and that's why you need to be sure you're doing this with CandidCO.com/Bubba, CandidCO.com/Bubba, because when dealing with them, you're going to be using an orthodontist the entire time. Same orthodontist from the beginning to the end. About 6 months to get it complete, but you'll see results way before then. Some of the competitors are just using general dentists, and that's important because you want an expert. You want the person that is an expert in tooth movement that is going to be straightening your teeth, not someone that doesn't have that expertise. So be sure that you go to CandidCO.com/Bubba. We'll give you $75 off the starter kit. We'll also get you a free whitening. That's at no charge. So use the code Bubba when you go to CandidCO.com/Bubba, code Bubba. There's also a link at rickandbubba.com under the sponsors button. So we have had a second explosion. There are people hurt. We do have 3 Marines, they say now, injured in the attack. We're seeing footage of people being taken out of cars, bleeding, going into hospitals. They say this is happening at the gate where we were concerned it would happen, and also another gate that's connected to a hotel or something.
Yeah, it appears that 2 explosions, as you said, it happened right as the sun was going down around dusk. It is now dark in Afghanistan, which even makes it more confusing. There's also reports of a gunfight outside the Abbey Gate also.
Reports, dailymail.com, say they are confirming the 3 U.S. troops were injured, 13 dead, including children, in the blast at the hotel. That's where the Westerners were held up before the evacuation flights were a go. And they're saying at least 1,000 Americans in Afghanistan are still not able to be evacuated.
So these are 1,000 Americans. We don't know. This is the hotel. We see it here. And this is where they were housing some of the people that were trying to get home, including Americans.
Kind of a staging area.
Mm-hmm.
So it's chaotic, as you can imagine, and we'll continue to get information for you as it comes in.
Yeah, it's very confusing. It's going to be scattered, and I'm sure there'll be some misinformation as the rush to get all this information out. But so far, 3 Marines injured, 2 explosions, and a gunfight is what we understand.
Right, and there is a report that there's 13 dead, but again, that number could change.
Yeah, that's according to Daily Mail.
To the phones we go, 866 We Be Big.
And those aren't U.S. troops. Those are just 13 dead, including children. Let me make sure we distinguish the 2.
Yeah, and what we do know on the military side is 3 Marines are injured.
Right.
We are getting that report.
Right.
But as far as the other 13, we assume that's all civilians.
Yeah.
We assume.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to, if you have comments, you can come into at 866 We Be Big. Let's go to Greg in Alex City. Greg, welcome to the Rick and Bubba Show. How are you?
I'm good. Green Acres, guys.
Thank you so much for the call. So what's on your mind?
Yep. Y'all were talking about the celebrity worship and everything. I'm kind of guilty of that, too. I listen to 2 fat men on the radio every day, and, I mean, they sell stuff, their merchandise. They've got spatulas, and all they done was call it a spatula, you know, and they spin a wheel of meat that you can win flowers on. I mean, who does that, you know? But I'm like I said, if anything was to happen to them, I'd probably lose my mind. So, yeah, celebrity worship, it's definitely a thing.
Well, yeah, let's watch the word worship there. But how about being entertained is something I think is...
Yeah, that's a better word.
Yeah. Well, look, you've seen this throughout our history, is even in the Depression, people were willing to find money to be entertained because people like to escape from it. But you know, I think where it gets weird is when people get into the stuff that, like, you know, they lose even the, you know, if you know, for instance, look at Rick and Bubba the restaurant. Well, obviously there was no celebrity worship there. I mean, you know, it was everybody heard about it, everybody gave it a shot, but you know, people didn't continue to go there just because it had it had Rick and Bubba on it. You know, it was just. I don't think Rick. Bubba
I wish they had.
Yeah, I think we'd have a hard time selling tickets for anybody to come hear us. You know, put in our podcast archives and listen to earbuds while we walked around the Birmingham Civic Center.
That almost be like paying music to watch. I mean, paying money to watch us eat lunch.
Right.
Yeah.
And plus, you know, the spatula is actually a really good. Spatula. You know,
It is.
Yeah, if it wasn't any good, then people wouldn't continue to buy it.
That's right.
Let's go to Justin in Columbus, Mississippi, 96.1. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
We're good.
All right, I just wanted to see what your thoughts were on the Pfizer, Moderna, and J&J manufacturing the vaccine, not requiring their employees to take the vaccine.
Is that true? I didn't know if that was true or not. They're not requiring their own employees to take the vaccine they manufacture?
That's the rumor that I've heard, and I just wanted to kind of kick this out there to y'all and see what y'all can find out, what y'all thought about it.
I have not heard that.
I saw an interview with the CEO of Pfizer, and he said that if they don't get the vaccine, they have to be tested twice a week. But I think he said about 90% of their employees are vaccinated.
Right.
From the interview that I saw.
Yeah, and again, go back to this again. I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, it may not be that they're concerned about adverse reaction to the vaccine. They may be concerned about trying to violate people's freedoms. You know, and it may be nothing more than that they're saying, hey, you know, it's we're not going to require you to take a vaccine of any kind because we don't think that's our role. But you know, but of their own free will, it seems like most of them are taking it anyway. But they are requiring, Speedy City saw that you do have to be tested more and all of that. I think the only thing it looks like they're just not doing the mandate. And there's a lot of companies that aren't doing the mandate that are still encouraging and trying to tell their employees they wish they would take it, and they are going to make life a little more of a hassle for you if you don't, but they're not making you.
Yeah.
So I don't know. The problem we're having with the making people take it is inside the medical field, which I think might, you know, I would read something into that too if I work in the medical field and I don't want to be made to take it, or I'm not sure that I need to, especially if I have natural antibodies, which are the emails I'm getting from nurses. Hey, we've had it. We have the antibodies. We're just as safe here working with patients as if we had the vaccine, if not more so in some cases, and that's debatable. But it's the mandate that's the pushback, and what we're doing with these mandates is we're now having a shortage of first responders and nurses when we don't need that, and they can make that decision for themselves. And if they said if we've already had it, there's no need scientifically to mandate us to take the vaccine. So we want to come to work, but we don't want to be made to take a vaccine. And I think it's foolish to make them because we're going to end up not having them.
Yeah.
And that's worse than them refusing to take it, to me. We continue. Which one?
4.
You want? Let's go to Mike in Gardendale. Mike, welcome to Rick and Bubba. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. How's everybody doing?
We're great. We're great.
I appreciate you taking my call. Yeah. So I'm a 12-year vet, almost 12-year veteran. I served a couple of tours in Afghanistan, and you know, I really enjoyed my time there. You know, I learned a lot and everything, and it, you know, changed me as a man. You know, and I really found my faith there. And you know, what I'm seeing overseas right now is like, you know, it's it's not only disappointing, but it's just it's heartbreaking. The only thing is that I can like equate it to would be like getting broke up by your girlfriend, or something like that. Like it's just like a gut punch, and there's nothing you can do about it, kind of thing. And you're watching all of this unfold, and you're watching it all unfold in places that you've been. And I served on Bagram for a year, but I traveled around, on a Black Hawk, doing different things to different bases, Herat, Kandahar, and all those places that you've probably heard of on the news. And then my last tour, that was in 2010, and in 2016 I went back and ended up at H. Kaya, and that's where the airport, that's where all of this is unfolding, is at the airport. And I have pictures of me at the embassy and things like that, and watching the embassy fall. It's just heartbreaking. And I just wanted to say my piece that what's happening with this administration on just not getting our people out. I just can't believe I'm seeing this, in modern history. It's just, it doesn't even make sense to me. So,
yeah,
I mean, that's just
Mike. Thank you for your service to begin with. And while we have you, how did the locals say? Did they say Kabul or Kabul? The city.
It's either Kabul or Kabul. I mean, us Southern boys, we say Kabul, because it's got that Southern twang to it.
So, but how did they say it?
I believe that they said Kabul.
Kabul. Kabul.
Yeah, Kabul.
All right. Well, thank you for your service to the country. I can't imagine what it feels like to have worked so hard to stabilize a very, very dangerous place, to be there because it's important to keep an eye on Afghanistan and to have a presence and to get intel on what they're doing, and then for us just to pack up and leave and then it fall apart has to be difficult. We certainly understand.
Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
We're back. 8 minutes to the top of the hour. 866 We Be Big is the number. If you want to join us, and you can, there's lines available. As we wrap up another hour, don't forget Rick and Bubba University, the podcast, again this weekend. We'll talk Afghanistan in the podcast with U.S. Army veteran who served there, Eric Braun. And we'll discuss a specific family that we might be able to help that thankfully we think they're on their way to the United States of America that work with our military as an interpreter. So we'll talk about that in the podcast. So be sure and catch that coming up this weekend. It'll usually post sometime Saturday morning wherever you get podcasts. 866 We Be Big. Let's go to Brian out of the great city of Chattanooga in Tennessee. Brian, welcome to Rick and Bubba. Go ahead.
Good morning, guys. This morning on Red Eye Radio, I was listening to them, and they throwed up a real scenario that could work. You know, they don't like Biden or Kamala right now, so Biden would resign. Kamala would become president, and then she would choose Hillary Clinton as her vice president, and then Kamala would resign, and Hillary would become president.
Very unlikely, but it's Red Eye Radio, so you got to get in that Red Eye mode.
Biden is not going to step down, and Kamala certainly wouldn't step down.
No.
Listen, there's no honor among thieves.
No, Biden's been waiting on this for over 40 years.
Oh.
He may not know he's there, but
yeah.
And Kamala, she is one step from that White House, and she's not going to give it to anybody else.
No.
But it's Red Eye. Hi, Rick and Bubba's show. What's your name? Where you calling from?
David from Prattville.
Hey, David, go ahead, buddy.
What's up, man?
Hey, I just want to know, would y'all ever support a radio station called Honky 105, home of the honkiest?
Oh, yeah. What is it?
Honky 105.
Honky 105. I'd probably try to avoid that if I could. But now probably not. Let's go to Derek in Illinois. Derek, welcome to Rick and Bubba. Go ahead.
Hey, so this is a Raycon story. I've got 3 kids at home, and we go through the trash bags quite a bit. So Monday, I gathered up trash, took it to the dumpster. Tuesday, same. And about Tuesday night, I realized I couldn't find my Raycons.
No.
And go to Wednesday, and I still can't find them. Thursday, take another bag, and Friday is trash pickup. And so Thursday night, I tell my wife, hey, I've got to find them. And I said, I think they got into the trash. And she's like, what are you going to do? I said, I got to go to the dumpster. So all 3 bags covered in maggots. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm not going to get them back. And so I'm like, you know what? They are that. I mean, they are, because if I didn't have them, I got to go back to the ones with the cord that goes across, and that is embarrassing looking now. So I grabbed the 3 bags out of the trash, tear open the first one, and now there's more maggots than trash. And I've got 1 in diapers still.
Oh.
So these have been baking, dirty diapers and food baking in the sun, and I am hand sorting through this trash. Cannot find them. And I get home,
I'd
my
buy
wife's
another
like,
pair.
Yeah.
So I get home that night. My wife's like, did you find them? I'm like, no. I'm like, order me another pair. So she orders me another pair. I go to put a trash bag in the can, and there next to the trash bags, the unused bags, are my Raycons.
After all that.
But man, that's how good they are. They are worth the dumpster dive. They are great.
Goodness.
So have a good week, guys.
Thanks. I was about
we're getting really good reports on that.
Yeah, we are. I even saw Ryan Greenwood had his, and he sent me something on Marco Polo. He said, now, look, I'm not going to try to test these things by leaving them outside for 4 or 5 days.
Right.
But I want to tell you what, I'm loving them. All right, so, Abner, how about Video 5? Video 5, this intrigues us. We haven't been able to use the video stuff much today because we started out with no ability to do YouTube. But we have a video here that says a deer plummets off a 50-foot waterfall and survives.
Yes, and people are watching and they're horrified.
Yeah, I saw
Rick.
that.
Why are they horrified? All right.
In Lewis County, Michigan, people on the viewing platform spotted a deer running down the Tequamanon River. Just ahead, the Tequamanon Falls and a 50-foot drop.
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
Despite putting on the brakes, the deer was still swept over. And for several moments, onlookers feared the worst.
Whoops. You're the guy to say oops.
But a minute later, surprise! The deer had survived and was swimming downstream.
He might have done that before. He might have done it before. There, guys. That might be the way he gets to where he's going.
Yeah.
Wow, how about that?
He was running down through there pretty hard, and he saw those falls. He tried to put the brakes on, but it was too late.
It's got a story to tell if that's the first time.
Let me tell you something. And look at him getting all the way over to the side. You have to admit, when you running down through this.
Is that a doe? What is that?
Yeah. And then right here he's going, wait a minute. And he's trying to tiptoe and loses his foot.
And it's gone. That's slick right there. And everybody's like, whoa, where you go? Whoa. It probably made it to the side, got out, walked into a road, and got hit.
Made it through all that.
Sure. I mean, we know that as well as anything. I had 2 pictures yesterday. Somebody saying, well, here's 2 laying in the road. Got hit.
I don't know how a deer would talk, but I could tell he could go back and at least tell everybody, don't do this.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm. When you see this, stop.
Watch that last step if you're coming down that waterway.
Well, you know what? And do we know whether it gets up on the side and it's not like broken legs or whatever?
It did, and then somebody shot it.
Right. All right, so we see it. We see it there.
I think it finally got out. See, it's standing on all fours.
Looks like it's kind of limping a little bit.
Well, it didn't have his legs under him for sure.
I bet that was
dazed and confused there.
Right.
Sat down over. I was like, wow.
You know what that is? Hey, look, he got out. Coyote said it. Going, well, look at it limp. Well, I'm just telling you.
Can we enjoy a happy story here?
Well,
let's paint it like
well, you know, and there we go.
It just bounced off.
Wait a minute. There we go again. So it's not a happy story for the Coyotes?
Right.
So we don't care about their perspective?
Right. Okay.
So you're picking and choosing what's
well,
happy?
No, I'm just saying let's give it maybe 30 minutes to enjoy life.
But if you were like, say, you loved coyotes, you'd be like, well, man, good for them. A deer fell off the waterfall, injured itself in the water, and got over to the shore and was easy takings. Right? It'd be a great story for coyotes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's all relative out there in the wild kingdom.
It's like we were sitting out here starving and lunch walked right up.
Right, yeah. And the waterfall helped us catch it.
Yep.
What would be wrong with that?
Nothing.
I mean,
you got people liking coyotes.
How about nobody celebrated that one, did they? For the coyotes, it was a fantastic day. What about their little cubs? Nobody cares about them? Pups. Little pups down there needing a little deer to eat. Now they got it. I guess nobody cares about them. Of course, you go put them in like a cage somewhere and everybody thinks they're wonderful. Top of the hour.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Hey, thank you for watching Rick and Bubba live on our YouTube channel. We're here live every Monday through Friday.
Be sure to subscribe and hit the little bell for notifications.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
I can't start another
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
day without him, brother.
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
Oh, there is no other
Rick and Bubba, Rick and Bubba.
waking on their blubber.
Rick and Bubba, Rick